been flipping pages since I could remember. That told me I had to be within the lines of 2 degrees and 9 to 5. Remember, that told me I had to be within the lines of 2 degrees and 9 to 5. And I've been working after work since last September. Working after work, yeah. I stay up late on the weekdays. I never tell when we say. I never wanna look back and wish I could have been. I never got no regret. The hours I've been putting in. So take a chance on faith. Your mind's a boundless place. So take a chance on faith. So take a chance on faith. So take a chance. I never wanna look back. Take a chance on faith. Take a chance on faith.
All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Site Review Tuesday. I don't know what's going on. I hit the wrong button and I got all kinds of crazy stuff popping up and around on me. But hey, hopefully you guys are having a great day today. Did I say Site Review Tuesday? I am so thrown off. Site Review Showdown, Zenfolio Live today, Site Review Showdown. But thank you guys for jumping on here. If this is your first time jumping on, make sure you say hi, let us know where you're from. Guys, before I go into how this Site Review Showdown is going to work, what I need all of you guys viewing today is to throw a number in the chat, a number between 200 to 242. That's going to decide which is the first site that we should review. So make sure that you throw one of those numbers in the chat. You can see it right up there on my screen, the numbers. But basically the way this is going to work is we're going to review 3 randomly selected websites by the numbers that you guys throw out there in chat. We're going to do 3 sites this time instead of 4. We're going to be doing 15 minutes per review. The websites are going to be randomly selected by you guys, and we're going to be giving out points, but I'm not going to be keeping score. Now, if you want to get your website reviewed today, there is a chance that you could do that because the third site that we're going to review today is going to be one of your guys who's watching live. So what I need you to do is I need you to go down in the description below the video, or if Richard can throw the link out in the chat, there is a form. You can submit your site. That's for a review only today. I'm going to pick one of those sites randomly to get it reviewed. So make sure that you guys click on that link and submit your site. It'll be the third and final site that we review today, and then I'm going to wipe that clean for next week's Site Review Showdown, and we'll start all over. All right, so let's see. It looks like we already got a number out there, so it looks like 222. So let me pull up that website really quick, and we will just kick this off. 1 second here. Let me get it pulled up. Let me get it over here where we can actually see it, and we're going to take a look. All right. All right, so here we go. All right, so this is Andrea hopephotography.com, and let me kind of resize my window here so it kind of gets all in here nice and neat. We're going to go ahead and get this review on the way. All right, here we go. So we're going to start right here. Let me throw up 15 minutes. Guys, we're going to do 15 minutes this time, 3 sites. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, and as it gets close to time, watch down here. The numbers are going to pop up for you guys to pick the next site. So make sure that you watch down here below and pick the numbers when they pop up. All right, so here we are on Andrea Hope Photography. We're going to be starting here on the homepage. So it looks like, first of all, what you guys might notice up here in the top right corner, it says host your photos host your photos on Zenfolio, and that is some Zenfolio branding that's coming across because of the account level that Andrea has for her. So anytime you have a starter plan, or maybe if you have one of the older lower end plans like a basic or something like that, a lot of times they'll have this Zenfolio branding up here. It's just part of the plan requirements. So if you would want to get that taken off, or if you want to give it to where you can use a custom logo rather than just a display name, you'll need to upgrade your account to like the Pro plan or something like that. I definitely recommend checking out the Pro plan. It's going to let you sell your work. It's going to let you do a lot more customization. You can get rid of all this branding. But let's go ahead and take a look at what you have set up here on the homepage. So we're just going to scroll down. Lots of beautiful interior images. It's obvious that you are a real estate photographer. Absolute gorgeous photos. I love the photos that I'm seeing here. And there's about, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 photos. So I'm going to say that's a pretty decent number of photos. They are rather large. I did have to scroll a lot on the homepage. Not exactly sure if I like that or not. Not a deal breaker. But I'm going to give you points because you have an absolutely gorgeous homepage with beautiful images here. All right. Now, there's nothing going on when I click these images, so I think that's fine. There's a portfolio up here. Now, one of the things that I am missing on this homepage is I have no idea where you're from, what area you're in. So I have no idea if I can hire you as a photographer if I want to put my house up for sale and move to Florida, right? So I have no idea where you're located. It's nice to have some of that information here on your homepage. So a couple of places that you can do that. You can do it right up here on your site header. And then also up here on your homepage title, you can have information in here. And what I see when I hover over that is it just says specializing in real estate. So again, having information here on the homepage so you let people know right away, hey, this is where I work from. This is the areas that I service, and this is how you can reach for me. That's going to help people know that they can hire you, but it's also going to be helpful for your SEO purposes as well. Now, the other thing as well is there's not any text information on this homepage other than the site menu. So this homepage, speaking from an SEO standpoint, is probably not performing as best as it could be. And so that's definitely something that you want to think about there, is making sure that you have some text information up here so that this homepage is showing up in search results. You can talk about, hey, I do real estate, I specialize in these types of homes, blah, 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 blah. And again, also mentioning the area. And again, there's just not a lot of text information. So let's go ahead and check out your portfolio and see what's going on here in your portfolio. All right, so going to your portfolio, what you guys might notice is that this went to a group. So this kind of feels like it was left a little bit on the default settings whenever you first created the account. And so I clicked on portfolio, and I have a couple of different options in here to choose from. So I have custom projects, I have exteriors, I have interior design, and then interiors. All right, so first of all, if you guys have watched me do site reviews, you'll hear me talk a lot about utilizing drop downs. So just as a visitor navigating through your portfolio, once I click on one of these, if I need to get back into that other portfolio, we have to go back up here to the top, click on that, and then get back here and go into another portfolio group. So you guys will hear me talk a lot about drop downs. I would say don't use this group portfolio. Let's turn this into a drop down so that I can hover over this, and then I can see custom projects, exteriors, interiors, and I can pick from there, and I don't have to take those extra few minutes of clicking on portfolio and jumping into another folder. But let's go ahead and take a look at your first one, which is custom projects. All right, so again, absolutely beautiful photos. Great photos, and your layout and your themes and your colors and everything is staying really consistent. So I'm going to say great job on that. You've done a good job keeping things consistent so far. Nice and clean. I would maybe consider getting rid of this, just leaving these images to be clean here, but let's take a look and see how many photos we have in here. Lots and lots of photos to choose from. And again, these are absolutely gorgeous. There are quite a few in here. I might consider culling this down just a little bit to be maybe your top 10 to 15 images in this custom project section. Again, just like on the home page, there's not a lot of text information in here, so I'm not really sure what these custom projects are even for. Are these custom projects that you have done for yourself? Are these custom projects? Did you build these? Are these? So there's leaves me a lot of questions of what is the deal with this custom projects. And the way you can answer those kinds of questions for your visitors is by utilizing your gallery caption. So if you go up here to the top, you can go and you can see right here, there's no text information up here. You can go in your site, turn on your captions in your gallery, and then you can put information in here. You can say, hey, these are some custom projects that I worked on for my realtors, or maybe these are where you've gone in, you've Photoshop some of this stuff in to kind of give people an idea of what their house could look like. So again, I'm just using that gallery caption. You can really clarify what these are custom projects for. And then again, you can utilize that caption to tell people where you're at, talk about the services that you offer. You're always wanting to try to link people to contacting you and hiring you as a photographer. And you can do that through the gallery caption up here. Now, one of the things we haven't looked at, let's see what happens when we click on an image. This is going to be opening up to what I call dim the lights mode. That's what Zenfolio calls it as well. I think this is a great demonstration. It shows your photos really nicely. These aren't client galleries. People aren't buying these. So really it's just about getting a nice overview and looking at these photos, which are absolutely gorgeous. Now, if we scroll to the bottom down here, there are no captions. There's no keywords. So that would be showing up right down here. So if you are taking the time, which I hope that you are, to caption your keyword your photos in Lightroom, all of that work that you're doing is not doing you any good right now because it's not actually showing on your site. And so you want to make sure that you go into your account and keyword these photos if you haven't already, keyword the gallery, and then make sure you turn that on so it shows up down here so that this will help your site be found in search results. And again, it's just going to provide more information of what these images are, what they represent, and what they're about. All right, so we're going to go back up to the top. We're going to click back on Portfolio. So again, this is where having that drop down would be super handy because then I could just hover over this and select the portfolio that I wanted to view. But we're going to go back to the portfolio. We're going to click on exteriors right here. And we're just going to jump into that one. And I'm guessing that most of these are going to be pretty much the same. So far, you have your site set up pretty consistently. The colors are the same, the layouts are the same. So probably a lot of the feedback that I'm going to have for your individual portfolios is going to be pretty much the same. So I'm going to try to point out some other things. But again, no gallery caption up here definitely can be useful. Let's scroll down to the bottom and let's take a look and see if there are any categories and keywords showing here. So no categories and keywords showing down here. Again, that's just going to be really helpful for your SEO, but some absolutely beautiful photos. Now, again, there's quite a few photos in here. Some of them are slightly similar, so you might want to consider coming in here, culling these down a little bit and just showing your best of your best on here so that your visitors don't have a lot to go through. Now, a couple of other things. Up at the top here, we have the Select Photos button showing, but I can't really do anything here. So that's a little confusing as a visitor. If they don't know Zenfolio, if they don't know your site, if they're their first time there, they're going to be kind of wondering, well, what is up with this unclickable button, right? So this is something that you definitely want to think about. You can actually go in and disable the select photos button if you want. I'm not sure why it would be showing here, so that might be something that you want to turn off. I think it's perfectly fine to have this share button. This is going to let people share these portfolios out. Now, when they use that share feature that's built into Zenfolio, they're actually going to be sharing a link back to your site. So if they share it out on their Facebook, it's not sharing the images out. It's going to be sharing a link back to your site, which is going to be good for your traffic and is going to help people, more traffic come to your site. All right, let's go ahead and check out another portfolio. So just again, pointing out that I could hover if this was a drop down, but I have to click on here and then go back in and pick another category. So we're going to scroll down here and we're going to check out interior design. Now, I'm a little confused at the difference between interior design and interiors. Hopefully the difference between the two will really make itself obvious when we go in and check out the other ones, or when we go in and check them out, but let's take a look. Let me grab some water really quick. All right. So again, absolutely gorgeous photos. It is very clear that you are focusing on real estate and architectural photography, and you are doing it well. The lighting is beautiful. The photos are absolutely beautiful. I think you've done a wonderful job with that. Again, same feedback on this portfolio gallery. The gallery caption is not being utilized, so no information here on what this is, what it's for, where you're at, anything like that. And then let's scroll down and see if this one has some categories or keywords. Same thing down here, no categories and keywords, but just absolutely beautiful photos. I mean, these are just absolutely gorgeous. All right. So again, this is another spot where having those categories and keywords down at the bottom can definitely help you show up better in search results. It will help the discoverability of your page. And then having a caption up here, letting people know where you're located, what services you offer, things like that are really going to help people understand what they're looking at, if they can hire you, what you can do, and different things like that. All right, we're going to go back to your portfolio and we're going to check out the interiors next. So we're going to go down here. We're going to click on interiors right here. And let's take a look. So again, I'm trying to understand the difference between the interiors and the interior design gallery. Did anybody on the chat catch the difference at all? I'm trying to figure out what the difference is between the two. Let me go back and see if I just maybe missed something that I wasn't paying attention to. But for the most part, they kind of look like they're the same. I was halfway expecting this gallery, the interior design gallery, to maybe be more focused up close on like the details. That's kind of what I was thinking maybe the difference was, but honestly I really cannot tell the difference between these two galleries other than the images are a little bit different. So you might want to try to find a way to clarify that, to kind of so that it's really understandable what the differences between these two galleries are. But let's go back and let's take a look at that interiors one really quick. All right, so we're going to go in here. We're just scrolling down, taking a look. Some absolutely beautiful interior shots. Again, same feedback that I've been giving you. No categories and keywords, no gallery caption. So just definitely things that you want to think about in here. Now, you do have your breadcrumbs showing, but you have turned off the all photographs. So I think that's perfectly fine. Great job doing that. Let's hit your about really quick and see if we get some information on where you're from. All right, so Andrea, let's see, where are you from? So you are in Florida. So I had to go to your second site menu in. I think you've got a pretty cool about photo. You've got lots of nice about information in here, and you have your about text letting me know where you're from and your contact information here. But again, this is lots of information that you could definitely be putting in your gallery captions to help visitors arrive at this information sooner, right? So on your homepage, I should be able to know right away, like, she works in Florida, this is somebody that I can hire or I couldn't hire. I should know about the services and different things like that. So definitely things to think about on there. Let's check out your contact page. This is probably going to be the built-in contact page. Overall, I think you've done a great job keeping your site consistent. It's absolutely gorgeous. The photos are beautiful. Just the feedback on the captions and different things like that will really help this stand out and be much better. All right, let me go and grab our next site over here. So it looks like our next site is going to be, let me get to it. All right. Oh, man. This one's exciting. All right, so let me grab this site. Let me get it pulled over here really quick. One second here. It's not working for me. There we go. All right, so let me get this website pulled over here, you guys. All right. This is Olie's Images. All right, so Olie's Images, this is our next site that we're going to be reviewed. Now, the third site that we're going to review is going to come from one of you guys who are watching. So make sure that you get your sites put in that link below. So there's that form description. Make sure that you put your sites down there because we are going to be grabbing one of those sites. But this is Olie Images, and we are going to go ahead and get started here with his site review. So we're going to put 15 minutes up on the clock. All right. All right, here we go. All right, so here we are in Olie's Images. Nice custom, this is a custom homepage. So I do happen to know Olie. I've worked with him a lot on his site back and forth during sessions. And you guys might find this an interesting layout here. Okay, this is actually a custom page that he has built through our custom pages because he has a lot of clients that go through their mobile or their iPad devices, and he wanted a really easy way for people to navigate their sites or navigate his site and find their images. And so this is a custom page that he has actually built to kind of make this a little bit easier for people to navigate through. All right, so we're just going to start up here. He's got a custom logo. Let me pull this down so you guys can see it. Got a nice custom favicon going up here. Now, Olie could have a little bit more information in his homepage title. I know it doesn't seem like important information right here when you're just looking at it at your browser, but when people do searches, that homepage title is also what shows up in the search results as well. So it is really important information. It's nice to have. It's nice information to include in there because it helps with your SEO and it helps with how your site appears on Google search results. So just adding a little bit more information up here would be really helpful. You have a nice favicon going on, and then we've got a custom logo, and then we have a site menu right here that kind of matches this menu right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with these image menus that he's built on this custom page and just take a look and see how these work. So we're going to click on this and let's see where that takes us. All right, so it looks like Olie has his images divided out by years. I know he does rodeo and roping images, and so a lot of times his clients are going back in, they're finding photos from previous years, and so he's created this group page to where they can go back and easily navigate through the previous years that he's photographed. Now, he's made these nice custom cover photos for his folders, and then if we click on one of these, we should start seeing different events. So we have team roping, we have calf roping, we have barrel racing, and if we click on here, we're just going to keep navigating till we actually get to an event where we can view some images. All right, so let's go in here and we'll take a look. All right, and then let's click on a photo. So one of the things I did just catch Olie out the gate here, we have a lot of nice cover images going on. Once we get to the Winter Rose Classic, it looks like, again, we landed on a folder page here, and none of these folders actually have cover thumbnails. So I'm not sure if that's a big deal for your visitors. It does have the information right here for what it is, but visually it was a little odd to get here and this to kind of be this gray box right here. But we're going to go ahead and click in here, and we're just going to keep going. And so now we're going to awards. So you guys can see it's taking me a little bit of clicking to actually get to the images. but there are so many images to go through. There's not really a different way to navigate this unless you plan on keywording all of your photos and doing something like a Zenfolio event. Now that we're finally at the images here, these are the awards. We can kind of click on here and go through and take a look at the images. So right away, the navigation is about as easy as it can possibly be for as many images that are on here that we have to go through to try to get in. You have your quick shop set up, which is nice. One of the things that I might consider doing is turning off this visit shop and using only quick shop, especially for volume photography. Guys, if you're doing volume photography where people are going to your website and you are not assisting them in the ordering process, if you are having people go right to your website and place orders on their own, I would definitely consider using quick shop only and getting rid of this visit shop. This just causes a lot more questions. It is much more visual, but I think the quick shop is definitely the route to take if you are not helping your clients through the buying experience. All right, so let's go back because there is one thing that I did see that I wanted to point out. I got to this level right here, and if you'll notice, the breadcrumbs are on, which lets me go back to where I want to go. But the one thing that I do want to point out is that the all photographs breadcrumb is turned on. So I definitely don't recommend ever showing all photographs breadcrumb. You can turn this off in your site menu settings. Basically, this is going to let me get back to your top level group in Zenfolio and go through all your photographs. Now, if you have galleries or groups that are password protected, I wouldn't be able to access those without entering the right password. If they were private, I wouldn't be able to access them. But in general, I don't feel like it's a good idea to allow the all photographs breadcrumbs to be here to let people kind of get back to your site at that level. All right. Okay, so let's go back and let's just try a couple more things here really quick. And I'm just going to go back to the home page by clicking on the logo. That's going to take me back to your home page. Maybe it will if my internet wants to play. Being a little bit slow right now. Okay, so let's just go. We're just going to use the back button. There we go. Okay, so let's go down here to Equine Photo School. And guys, that opened up in a new tab. So this looks like this is something, a project that Olie's got going on. Equine Photo School right here. It looks like you've got a podcast, a blog, all kinds of different things. So this is definitely something that's outside of Zenfolio. So we're going to go ahead and just close that. Definitely go check that out. And let's keep going down here. You've got your YouTube channel linked right here, so this is nice. I know Olie does a lot of videos on YouTube. If you're interested in equine photography, definitely go check out his YouTube channel. But let's check out his blog really quick and see how this is looking. All right, so this is Olie's blog. We're just going to go ahead and take a look down here. Let's see when your latest blog post was. So let's go here, and it looks like your most recent blog post is November 14th, 2019. Before that, it was November 6th, 2019. So 2020 now, it's getting a little up there. I would like to see a blog post at least once a month, but it looks like you have a lot of things going on. But I would definitely consider trying to put up a blog post at least once a month. Maybe this is a place where you can consolidate what you're doing. Maybe you can also post your podcast episodes here as well. Maybe you can post your YouTube videos here as blog posts so that you're constantly keeping this blog updated to make sure that as a visitor, when I come to your blog, I don't see the latest post being November 14th, 2019, when it's almost February in 2020. So definitely something that I would think about on that blog. Let's go back up here to the home page. And we're going to get into the other site menu items here in just a second. Let's go down and check out your merchandise. All right, so we're going to check out, what do we got here? Different categories here. Lots of really cool custom pages. Guys, if you have not experimented with custom pages yet, you can do so much with custom pages. If you have not played around with them, make sure that you're getting in your Zenfolio account and playing around with those custom pages because they are super, super powerful. There's a lot you can do with them. But let's see. Let's go ahead and click on this and let's see where this is taking us to. All right, so it looks like we've got some clothing and stuff in here. And again, this is going to be another custom page in here, so really cool. Nice setup in here. Very cool. So it looks like just another really cool custom page. I'm going to give you bonus points for that one because that one is pretty cool. So I think you did a great job on that. Let's go ahead and get back to this. Your site is just so huge. It's hard for me. Did I say that right? Your site is so huge, big, whatever. It's hard for me to give it a good review because there's just so many different places to go. So let's go to your barrel racing merch really quick. One of the things I do want to point out is that this is opening up in a new tab. So let me just drop this down. I've got 3 different tabs opened up right now. My internet's being a little bit slow, but anytime something is opening up to your Zenfolio account and we're not losing that Zenfolio navigation, I would definitely recommend that you keep it set to open in the same tab. That way you don't end up with a bunch of tabs open like I have now. Now, if it's something that's leaving your Zenfolio site, I definitely recommend having that open up in a new tab so that they don't lose your Zenfolio navigation. All right, so let's go ahead and just scroll down here. Again, this is another custom page. Now, it looks like this one is kind of left aligned. I know the last one was more center aligned. This one looks like it's a little left aligned with this kind of odd space over here. So that might be something that you want to look at changing and adjusting and kind of figuring out why that weird left alignment is going on here versus the other one. But let's just go back and let's go all the way back to the home page and let's check out your book a photo shoot session here. All right, so let's see, book a photo shoot, and we've got some images. Get started now, that's a link, and then we've got some more images on here. Click here for package details. So again, this is another custom page. Let's just actually take a look and see. So get started now. This page confused me just a little bit, but let's see what the get started now does. All right, so this looks like it's taking me to a jot form. So this is a jot form, you guys. I did leave the Zenfolio site. I'm going to bring the browser down so you guys can see. I went from here, I clicked on that get started now, and it took me to this jot form. Now, that's really cool. You can embed those jot forms into custom pages. That way people don't actually leave your Zenfolio site and then you don't have to have that other tab open up. But really cool. So let's see. Let's keep going down here. Now this says horse packages. Click here to see what we offer for the shoots of your horses. So let's check this out really quick. All right, so this is taking me to horse packages, and then it just tells me all the information about the horse packages that you have to offer right here. So that's really cool. Lots of good information. I would definitely consider these images on this custom page right here. While they're really cool, I think that they are a little large, and it kind of confuses me because I wasn't sure I was supposed to click on it. So you might consider maybe consolidating these images down just a little bit smaller, maybe adding a click here graphic over the image and just saying, click here to view details about our horse packages. And then you might think about maybe taking some of this stuff off. I mean, we are already on your site, so I think you could probably definitely do like making these smaller, maybe down to like this one single image, horse packages, click here to view details, and then maybe not having the rest of these here. So they're just a little bit smaller. It's more consolidated. It makes a little bit more sense, and I don't have to scroll so far down here. All right. So we're just going to go right here and just keep looking. And this is family packages. Time to capture this moment in your family life. Let's take a look right here. And let's see what this looks like. All right, so again, really great job. You've got some cool custom pages. I'm giving you bonus points for that. I think you've got some really amazing custom pages. Obviously, you have spent a lot of time putting in work on your site. I think that it is definitely very well set up. I would definitely consider making those images smaller on those custom page packages. They are a lot to have to scroll through right here, but really cool. Let's go back to your home page really quick. And let's try out some of these other things here. So one of the things I am noticing is that if I'm a visitor, there's not any really clear place that I feel like I'm supposed to go to see examples of your work, except maybe this examples tab, and we'll see what that is really quick. But basically what I'm looking for is if I'm somebody looking to hire you, where do I go to see the examples of your best work, and what path are you going to take me down? You have a lot of client images on here. It's really clear that this is really set up to serve your clients. But if somebody comes across your site as a visitor just looking for a photographer to hire, they're interested in your equine photography, where do I go? Examples, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but just thinking about that, thinking of, hey, you visitor who doesn't know anything about me, this is where you go to see my best work and to learn more about the services that I offer. All right. And again, here on this page, we're looking at the all photographs, so that might be something that you want to turn off here. But here are custom collage examples, basic collage examples. So again, this is not really what I'm looking for as far as a portfolio. This is definitely examples of your work, and Olie does amazing work. Like, his collages are phenomenal. If you guys have not seen his stuff is amazing. But if I'm a visitor looking to hire you as a photographer, where do I go to see your examples of your work? I don't want to dig through client examples. I want to go right to the cream of the crop. I want to go right to what it is you want to show me so that you're convincing me to hire you as a photographer, if that is your business model. If you're not looking to hire people from your website, if it's just to service your existing clients, then I think it's set up perfectly fine. But you are going to have people come here from search results and different things like that, and you want to make sure that we don't forget about those people and we provide a clear navigation for them as well. Overall, though, I think you've got a great site, wonderful setup. Super, super impressed with all the custom pages that you have. Thank you so much for submitting that site. All right, guys, we have one more site review to do. It's going to be one of your guys who submitted it. Now, before we do that, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to grab some water, and then we'll come right back.
Hey everyone, my name is Richard. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on this awesome site review showdown of a Thursday. I hope you guys are getting some good tips and tricks about what you can do to improve your website today. But if you haven't liked this video, do me a favor and like it. Or more importantly, subscribe to Zenfolio. Do both! There's a lot of really good resources on our YouTube, as well as the recorded versions of our site reviews we do on Tuesdays, as well as Zenfolio live recordings. But we appreciate you all live who are here with us. We also appreciate you who are watching the recorded. Happy Thursday, guys.
All right, thanks, Richard. All right, guys, last and final site review. Let me drag this over if I can. 1 second, let me get this over here. There we go. Okay, I just had to do some magic. And it is MichiganNutPhotography.com. So this is Mr. John McCormick's website. I happen to love this site. For those of you guys who are not familiar, you should definitely go check his site out. Whenever I used to think about Michigan, I used to think about Detroit, the inner city, all of that stuff. And his site, if you're not familiar with Michigan, his site will totally change your opinion and the way that you see Michigan when you think about it. All right, so super excited to give this a review. Let's go ahead and get the review time up. Now, once we're finished with this, whatever time we have left over after this review, we are going to do Q&A. So if you're watching, if you have questions about Zenfolio, if you have things that I went over in the site review that maybe you'd like me to go a little bit more in depth with, get those questions in the chat. I'll probably only have time for a few questions once I'm finished here. So make sure that you get those questions in the chat so I can get those answered for you as soon as we finish this last and final review. All right, so here we go, 15 minutes up on the review clock, and we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, John, you got to... Starting out, I mean, I love this site right here. I love the way that you have utilized this welcome message in a really cool way. If you guys didn't notice, when I scroll back and forth across this, okay, this is a photo strip. The reason that John is using a photo strip is because the photo strip allows you to show landscape-orientated photos and portrait-orientated photos, but it fits them to actually show in their actual aspect ratio, and that allows these portrait images to show without appearing cropped off, like you might see if you do a full gallery or a full screen slideshow. So it's a great choice, some absolutely beautiful photos. But what I think is really cool is the way that John has this welcome message kind of overlaid on it, but he has gone in and actually dropped the opacity of the background color on this so that it looks like this text is just floating over the images. Some of the spots, obviously the text is white on white. It's a little bit hard to read, but you can kind of play around with this and get it to where you in spaces for you to read. I think that it's a really cool look, and I just think that it's really, really well done. Also, I love the color up here. I think that this is nice. Now, one of the things I do notice up here, let me go in here and actually let me zoom in for you guys. Let me zoom back out. Let me go up to the top here. Your favicon up here is, I think that's an acorn. I don't know. I can't see. It's too far away from me. I think it's an acorn. And then we have this blue here. So I'm just a little off with the color. Maybe making this something blue, maybe a big M. If it's an acorn and that's part of your branding, perfectly fine. It just threw me off a little bit, the color difference between this logo and the favicon up here. So just threw me off a little bit, but other than that, I think that it's perfectly fine. Okay. Scrolling down, so basically what he has is he has a site menu set up here, got his logo over to the left, and then if we scroll down to the bottom here, there's nothing else at the bottom. So a really simple homepage. He has text on here. He has some absolutely gorgeous images. The site menu throws me off just a little bit. This weird spacing up here. Maybe think about considering using a different layout to where this kind of lines up in the middle with this. That will let you reduce that size a little bit, and that white space will kind of take up less real estate on your homepage. You don't have so many site menu items here that that you need this kind of extra space, and so maybe setting this up to where it shows up here, getting rid of this bar and condensing that down a little bit will just use up less real estate there on the homepage header. All right, you got the search button up here, which is perfectly fine as long as you're keywording your images and setting this up for search, which I know, John, you are. Perfectly fine to have this up here. People can come in here and enter different things like lighthouse and do a search, and they're going to search his photos, and whatever photos are keyworded or titled with lighthouse are going to show up on the search result pages. Now, this is where we're at. We're on the search result pages. John is only showing his photos in the results, which I think is perfectly fine. One of the things I did notice here is we are looking at a slightly different theme, so the colors kind of changed a little bit. We have this black, and that theme might be present when we go to the galleries. We'll take a look and see. Not a deal breaker for me, a little odd. I almost would prefer this to be white, but again, it's just a personal preference thing. And this is really cool the way you have it set up. I think this is great that you have it here. And we can see everything that John has uploaded, all of his photos that are keyworded with lighthouse. So it's a great setup. Lots of different things in here that John has going on and some absolutely beautiful photos. Let's go back to actually, let's start with your galleries here. So we're just going to go to galleries, and as you guys can see, John's utilized these drop-down menus. So I talked about this earlier. This makes the navigation of his site so much easier. I don't have to keep clicking back and forth. I can simply hover over this drop-down, click right on one of these, and go right exactly to the gallery that I want to go see. All right, so here we are in recent uploads, and really cool setup in here. I like the way that you have your images looking like they're on a mat, and you've done some really cool customization to your site, John. I love the text choice. I think that this is amazing. One of the things you might think about doing, maybe playing around with that buy button a little bit, unless you like it that green. It's a little strange, but maybe that's the way you want it, so it pops up and shows up really clearly. But you just have such a nice, clean looking design that green just kind of throws me off a little bit. Maybe you could do a blue or something like that. But other than that, I think that this is great. Let's go and let's just keep looking. Let's actually see what happens when we click on an image. So when we click on an image, we're going to go in here. We're going to see more information. We see the text right here. We see the keywords, and then John is using just the quick shop, which is absolutely what I recommend. It's the most easiest buying experience. It's just really, really simple for your clients. So I think a nice setup here. Let's go back and let's just One of the things I don't see, John, I know this is recent uploads. You could definitely go in here and write a caption on this. Have that set to show. Again, that's going to be good for your SEO. Let's scroll down and see if we have categories and keywords going on. Now, we do have categories and keywords going on, but it looks like this particular gallery, or this might be a collection, not sure, but it looks like this particular one has not been categorized in keyword. So that's something you could definitely go back and do that will help the SEO of this particular gallery. You're going to go in, give the gallery some keywords, give it some a caption, go ahead and categorize it, and then that stuff will show up here, helping it show up better in search results. But let's go ahead and go up here. One more thing down here at the bottom. That like button is showing, and it looks like 3 people have liked it. I would definitely call in some favors from a friend, see if you can get a couple more people to go in there and like it, but at least the like button isn't set to 0. Usually when I go and I see that Facebook like button, it is 0, and I'm like, either get some friends to like it for you or hide that like button. Let's just not have people come in and see a 0 like button there. All right, let's go back up to the top. Let's go check out a couple more galleries. Let's go to your Michigan waterfalls and take a look. But some absolutely beautiful photos, just absolutely stunning. Again, viewing John's site totally made me change the way that I see Michigan. I used to think inner city. Now it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's definitely put it on my map for a place that I want to visit one day as a photographer. So just taking a look here. Love the setup. Again, a gallery caption would be nice. It's just going to do good for you. It's just going to help people understand. Maybe you just want to talk a little bit about why you love taking photos of Michigan, different things like that that you can put in that caption. Maybe you want to call out some specific locations. I know you have them here in the titles, but you could also put a little story or something up here, which would be helpful. And then let's just go down here and take a look. All right, lots of photos of waterfalls, absolutely beautiful, lots of images. So this is almost getting to the point where you could maybe even separate these out in a little bit more categorized, like winter waterfalls, fall waterfalls, summer, something like that. There's a lot of photos in here, not a huge deal. But you could definitely categorize it a little bit more if you wanted to, if you think it would be beneficial. It would definitely make the navigation a little bit faster. But let's go here and let's see. All right, so it looks like you have categorized and keyworded this gallery. So we have here the category scenic, waterfalls, and then keywords. All of the gallery's keywords are showing up here, so that's great. That's really good for your SEO. Super helpful. Great job getting that set up. We'll give you some bonus points for that. Let's go back up to the top and let's just keep checking out these beautiful photos. So you guys can see lots of images to scroll up. I'm just going to do a command up really quick. Let's go to galleries and let's take a look at spring in Michigan. I'm guessing so far everything has been pretty consistent. Guessing that you're going to have things set up by default. So I'm expecting everything to be pretty consistent. We're going to jump into some of your other pages here in a second. I just want to view one more gallery. Again, no caption, not a big deal, but it definitely could be helpful. Some absolutely beautiful photos though. Just look at these. These are gorgeous photos. Just gorgeous photos. All right, let's keep going here. And let's just go down to the bottom. So we do have categories and keywords here. And they're actually here, so a good job on that. Let's get back up from the top. Beautiful photos. I think your galleries are probably all going to be set up the same. Definitely could benefit from having a caption in those, but not a deal breaker. You've got them, most of them categorized in keywords, so great job there. I'll give you a point. And then let's move on to your products page. So let's go check out your products page here. And one of the things I'm noticing right here, this happens by accident sometimes, you guys, there is a blank site menu item right here. So sometimes when you're creating these drop downs, you might hover over it and accidentally hit the plus button, and then you try to get back or something like that, and it creates this kind of blank thing here. And it's actually taking me to a blank page. So John, that might be something you want to go in and check on. You're just going to need to expand that drop down in the site menu editor. Go find that empty site menu item, delete it out of there, or actually link it correctly where it needed to go. But let's check out your other product pages here. All right, so it looks like John's created some custom pages where he has had some of his photos printed on different products. He's showing examples of these here, just absolutely gorgeous. Really cool custom page. It's got a lot of information here about the products, about the shipping, just really cool stuff. All right. So this is a great custom page. I'm giving you bonus points for creating that. That's a beautiful page. Let's keep looking at the rest of these here. Great custom pages, great examples. They're really simple, and they do exactly what they need to do. They give me some information, they show me a really nice photo, and then they give me this text information right here. This text information is really helpful. It's all going to benefit your search and discoverability. So beautiful pages here. So let's keep going. Let's take a look. We got like 3 minutes left. Let's go take a look at your Michigan calendar, and let's see what that looks like. All right. Okay, so it's showing some examples here. Okay, so this is a gallery that John has set up, and he's taken the time to actually customize it. So if you guys were not sure what's going on here, John's taken the time to go into this particular gallery for his calendar and customize it to work for his calendar. So this first image has the buy button over top. This is where you can actually go to buy the calendar. And then right over here it has details, but you'll notice there's not a buy button on the rest of these images. They're all in the same gallery, but what John's done is he's gone in here and he's actually removed the price list off of these other images so you can see them as examples, but you buy from right here, which I think is really cool. This is just a great setup. You can see all of the different months on here. Just a beautiful calendar. And he has this set up in dim the lights mode. So you can just kind of simply scroll through and see all of these years and these just absolutely beautiful images. Let's go up here really quick and let's take a look at what happens when we click on this. This is going to go to Quick Shop. And again, right here is the simple buy option right here. Really love this setup, John. I think you've done a great job. This was really well thought out. I think it's fantastic. Great job setting that up. All right, let's see if we can get to at least, let's go to your About page really quick. Let's just take a look at this. Great headshot here. Nice About photo. I like the About photos that are light. They're not super serious. They're just kind of fun and lighthearted. I think you got a great About photo here. You have information about you. Lots of good stuff in here, and I believe you had a video the last time I was on here. Looks like the video's gone. But guys, I always advocate for About videos. They are the best way to get your personality and your story across to your viewers. So if you have the capabilities of doing it, I definitely recommend recording an About video. Maybe setting up a custom About page so you can show it in there. But John, great page. I know you've made a lot of updates, and I think that it is just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to give you bonus points for that. Let's go check out one more page. Let's see. You do have your guest book showing. I'm curious to see what's in the guest book. All right, so it looks like your guest books happens to be one of the few guest books I've came to where people are actually still using it, still writing in it, and it's actual real people, and it hasn't turned into a place for spam. So 9 times out of 10 when I see a guest book, I usually recommend turning it off because it comes a place for spam unless you are moderating those, but it looks like you're actually moderating these. So great job. I love that you have this on here and people are actually using it. John, great job on your site overall. I think you've got a wonderful job, and thank you for submitting that and hanging out with us today. I think you have an absolute beautiful website. All right, guys, we have like 8 minutes left. Let me see if I have a question here that I can answer. Let's take a look here really quick. Let's see. Let me go in here and grab this question really quick. So I have one question. I got a question from Morgan James Photography. Says, I'd like to be able to add a custom contact page. How do I do that? That's a great question. You can definitely do it. It's super easy to do through the custom pages. I'm going to kind of show you where that option is, talk to you a little bit about it, and then I won't be able to go into detail how to create the custom contact page, but it's pretty easy if you're familiar with JotForm or Google Forms or different things like that. So let me show you that really quick. So what you're going to do first of all is you are going to go into your website right here, go under website. You're going to go to custom pages. I like to open those things up in new tabs anytime I'm working on custom pages or in my Zenfolio site at all. I usually need to open it up in a new tab. And this one I actually need to log back into my account because I logged out. So give me 1 second here. I logged out and then, okay, here we go. There we go. Now I'm in custom pages. And hey, what you're going to do is you're going to go up here, create a new one. And you can call this contact right here. And then what I would recommend doing is going to either JotForm or Google Forms, something like that. There are a lot of free contact form services that you can find. You're going to create a form, and then they're going to give you an embed link to where you can embed it. So you're going to have to get the embed link, come in here to this custom page, and then go to source, and you're just going to paste that embed code. I don't have one, I don't think. Let me see if I have one. Let's see. I don't think I have one already created. Let's see. But what is this one? I don't know what this one is. But basically, you're going to come to source. You're going to paste that embed code in here, and that's going to be for that form. Once you have that done, go down to the bottom, hit save and preview, and let's see what this page looks like. I have no idea what this page is. It's this. Whatever this is, it's probably something I created a long time ago. Once you have that custom page saved as a custom contact page, you need to add it to your site menu. So what you're going to do is back in Zenfolio, you're going to go to website, come over to customize website. Again, I'm going to open that in a new tab, and then you're going to go into that, and you're going to go and edit your site menu. So you're going to go right over here, and you're going to go over to this, and you can either delete the new contact page or you can just modify it by clicking the pencil saying link menu item 2, and then you're going to go to a built-in or custom page, and then what you're going to do is you're going to click right here, and your custom page would be down here under the custom page list. So wherever it is, you just select that, hit update. That changes the link for that contact page. This is going to refresh, and then you need to make sure that you click that publish button up here so those changes go live onto your site. Once you have them published, all right, now that contact is going to go to that custom page that I had set up. So this could be that Google form, could be a JotForm, whatever service you use to embed and create that contact page. That's what would be used here. All right. So hopefully that kind of answered your question. Let's see. We've got like 4 minutes left. Let's see if there's a question that I can answer in 4 minutes. Let's see here. All right. So let's go here. Let's get this question really quick. If I don't want to have an about photo of myself on the about page, what would you recommend? I think it might be cool to have a few clips of me working my weddings, but I'm not sure how I would do that either. Well, I'm going to try to answer this in 4 minutes. I think I can, but let's see. So if you don't want to have an about photo, that's totally understandable. I almost always will recommend having an about video. Having some behind the scenes footage showing you work a wedding is going to be amazing. It's going to be really good. Maybe do a little bit of a voiceover, some narration. Talk about why you love what you do. Your about section on your website is to make your visitors and your potential clients fall in love with you, right? At the most basic level, it's to provide some basic information about who you are. But if you really want to do things well, your about section should make your potential clients and your visitors fall in love with you. If they're looking at your about section, chances are they've probably already gone through your images and decided, wow, this photographer is really good. This is kind of the work that I'm looking for. Are we going to get along? Is this going to be a photographer that I'm going to enjoy working with? And that's the job of your about section, is to say, yes, me and you are going to work well together. We're going to get along, you're going to like me, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And the best way to do that is with a video. Maybe show some behind the scenes footage, do a little bit of voiceover, tell why you love what you do, and then what you can do is you can put that in a custom page. Now, if you do a video, what I would recommend doing, start a YouTube channel if you don't have one, upload that video to YouTube, make sure that you give it some good titling, some good descriptions, because that YouTube channel is going to help people find you on video search. And then you can take that video and actually embed it into a custom page, and that could be your custom about page. Now, if you don't have the capabilities to do video, some of the other things that you could put as your about photo, maybe a recent session, a photo from a recent session. Maybe you could have a photo of your favorite location. I would really recommend that if you're not going to do a video, that you have a photo of yourself. If you're meeting with clients, they're going to want to know what you look like. I would have a recent photo of yourself. They're going to want to know what you look like, right? We've all had those meetings where we're like, oh, I think that's the guy, but I don't want to approach him, but I think it's them, but I'm not sure, right? And we don't want to do that to our clients. We want to instantly have a connection. We want to instantly have familiarity with our clients. And so putting up a photo, putting up a video where you're talking, where people see you and they can instantly recognize you when you're out in public is going to be your best bet for your about page, right? And if you're going to do that with a custom page, again, you can just go to website, go to custom pages, and then just create a new custom page. And I think I actually have one. I don't have one with a video embedded, but any video on YouTube, you can go to YouTube, and once you get your video uploaded, let's go to youtube.com/Zenfolio/live. Once you get your video uploaded, you can go and you can grab the embed code pretty easy from YouTube. So I'm about to see myself talking here, which is slightly annoying, but what you can do is go here, and wow, I'm loud. Go here, go down to the share button right here, and grab that embed link right here. You can just copy this, jump into that custom page up here, and you can go to source, paste in that embed code, and then there you go. Now your custom page has that video actually embedded on it, so that when people go here, they can see your about video and learn more about you right here. All right, unfortunately, guys, that is all the time that we have for today. So, hey, I just want to say really quickly, a big thanks to all of you guys who hung out with us today on the live stream. John McCormick, Morgan James Photography, Craigslist, Job Photography, let's see, Roxanne, all of you guys who submitted sites, Christine, anybody else that I missed your name, Heather, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you guys found this useful and helpful. And hey, this week, today, this weekend, sometime, make sure that you do something positive for somebody. Go out and encourage somebody. Take the time to teach somebody, to help somebody, and work together. Let's all work together to make the world a better place. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys all have a wonderful and safe weekend. I'll see you guys on Tuesday for Site Review Tuesday. And then again, actually, no Zenfolio Live next Thursday. I will be out of town. No Zenfolio Live next Thursday, but there will be a Site Review Tuesday, and I'll see you guys there.